Chapter 59, The Gathering. In the name of God, the gracious, the compassionate. Glorifying God is everything in the heavens and the earth, and He is the noble, the wise. He is the one who drove out those who rejected among the people of the book from their homes at the very first mass exile. You never thought that they would leave, and they thought that their fortresses would protect them from God. But then God came to them from where they did not expect, and He cast fear into their hearts. They destroyed their homes with their own hands and the hands of those who acknowledge. So take a lesson, O you who possess vision. Had God not decreed to banish them, He would have punished them in this life. In the hereafter they will face the retribution of the fire. This is because they challenged God and His messenger. Whosoever challenges God, then God is severe in punishment. Whether you cut down a tree or left it standing on its root, it was by God's leave. He will surely humiliate the wicked. What God provided to His messenger, without you having to battle for it on horses or on foot, was because God sends His messengers against whomever He wills. God is capable of all things. Whatever God provided to His messenger from the people of the townships, then it shall be to God and His messenger, for the relatives, the orphans, the poor, and the wayfarer. Thus, it will not remain monopolized by the rich among you. You may take what the messenger gives you, but do not take what he withholds you from taking. Be aware of God, for God is mighty in retribution. For the immigrants who are poor and were driven out of their homes and deprived of their properties, they sought God's grace and pleasure, and they supported God and His messenger. They are the truthful ones. Those who provided them with shelter, and were those who acknowledge before them, they love those who immigrated to them, and they find no hesitation in their hearts in helping them, and they readily give them priority over themselves, even when they themselves need what they give away. Indeed, those who overcome their hedonism are the successful ones. Those who came after them saying,
Our Lord, forgive us and our brothers who preceded us to the acknowledgement, and do not place in our hearts any animosity towards those who acknowledged. Our Lord, you are kind, compassionate.
Have you noted those who are hypocrites? They say to their companions in denial among the people of the book,
If you are driven out, we will go out with you, and we will never obey anyone who opposes you. If anyone fights you, we will support you.
God bears witness that they are liars. If they were driven out, they would not have gone out with them, and if anyone fought them, they would not have supported them. Even if they supported them, they would have turned around and fled. They could never win. Indeed, you strike more trepidation in their hearts than God. This is because they are people who do not reason. They will not fight you all unless they are in fortified towns, or from behind walls. Their might appears formidable among themselves. You would think that they are united, but their hearts are divided. This is because they are people who do not understand. Like the example of those who preceded them. They suffered the consequences of their decisions. They have incurred a painful retribution. Like the example of the devil, when he says to the human being,
Reject.
Then, as soon as he rejects, he says,
I disown you. I fear God, the Lord of the worlds.
So the destiny for both of them is the fire, abiding therein. Such is the recompense for the wicked. O you who acknowledge, be aware of God, and let every person examine what it has put forth for tomorrow. Be aware of God, God is fully aware of everything you do. Do not be like those who forgot God, so He made them forget themselves. These are the wicked. Not equal are the dwellers of the fire and the dwellers of paradise, the dwellers of paradise are the winners. Had we sent down this Quran to a mountain, you would have seen it trembling, crumbling, out of reverence for God. Such are the examples we cite for the people, that they may reflect. He is God, there is no other God beside him. Knower of all secrets and declarations. He is the gracious, the compassionate. He is God, there is no other God beside him. The King, the Holy, the Peace, the Trusted, the Supreme, the Noble, the Powerful, the Dignified. God be glorified, far above what they set up. He is God, the Creator, the Initiator, the Designer. To him belong the most beautiful names. Glorifying him is everything in the heavens and the earth. He is the noble, the wise.